Are you in the market for a hunter build that gets you up to ×5 weapon damage boost? Yes, you heard that correctly, ×5. Well, you're in luck. I've got one just for you, and this build is incredibly easy to use, and it is absolutely amazing. This build is utilizing the newly updated Foe Tracer exotic helmet, which they changed to anytime that you damage a powerful combatant or guardian with an ability, you will get a temporary bonus to weapon damage that matches your subclass type, and then defeating that target with a weapon that matches the damage of your subclass creates an elemental pickup. So the way you get ×5 out of this is you can run 2 weapon surges on your boots, which will stack with these and allow you to get that ×5. So you're going to pick up an armor charge or whatever, and then you're going to damage an enemy with your melee or your grenade, and then you're going to get ×5 weapon damage. It is that simple. And the beautiful thing about this is it will stay around ×4 for the most, or if you're still at ×5, you can just pick up an orb to keep that armor charge going, and it will refresh the timer. So you can have basically ×4 or ×5 weapon damage bonus up at all times. Now let's waste no time and get right into the build here. We're going to be on the Solar Hunter here. We're going to use Blade Barrage for our super, Gambler's Dodge, Triple Jump, Knife Trick, and then Solar Grenades. Our aspects are going to be both Gunpowder Gamble and then knock them down. Gunpowder Gamble is going to count as one of our solar abilities, so that's going to also pair into the Foe Tracer, and it's a very strong grenade. Plus, it allows you to have more ability spam. For our fragments here, we're going to go with Ember of Torches, Ember of Ashes, Ember of Char, and then Ember of Eruption for the build. Taking a look at the stats to bring alongside this build, we're going to go with Mobility, Resilience, and then Discipline, so we can have our abilities up as much as possible, because with Gambler's Dodge, it will grant us our knife back, and alongside that, Ember of Torches will allow us to get Radiant, and then that will also refund our melee when we get a final blow with it, thanks to knock them down. Now, there's an artifact mod that allows this to get that ×5, and that is going to be Monochromatic Maestro. Basically, it's the exact same thing as Foe Tracer, but it's just going to allow us to get even more weapon damage when it comes to this build. Now let's take a look at what weapons I'm using and why it's so good. So obviously in the kinetic slot, you can use whatever. Riptide is a great choice here, but this one can be kind of up to you. And then for the energy weapon, I'm going with either Sunshot or Zhouli's Bane, as these are the best combination for this build. Sunshot gets that exotic bonus damage plus the hand cannon buff that we just saw this season, on top of the solar explosions that pair alongside Sunshot, making it an absolute insane weapon to use with this build. And then our heavy Apex Predator is one of the best heavy weapons in the game right now with Reconstruction and Bait and Switch. Proccing Bait and Switch on top of the ×5 solar weapon damage allows you to get some ridiculous damage numbers. Now let's get into the mods that pair alongside this build, which is going to be Harmonic Siphon on the helmet paired with Ashes to Assets, and then I throw Powerful Friends on there just to be a good teammate. On the gauntlets here, I'm going with Momentum Transfer as well as Heavy-Handed, as we're going to be getting kills with our melee. You could swap this out for Firepower if you'd like, as long as you're generating Orbs of Power. That's the most important thing with this build. And then Momentum Transfer is going to reduce our melee cooldown when we cause damage with a grenade. On the chest piece, run 3 resistance mods of whatever you need to for that specific activity. And then on the boots, we're going to go with 2 solar weapon surges as well as a recuperation. Finally, on the cloak, we're going to go with a Bomber, an Outreach, and then a Reaper, because you can not only stack that ×5 weapon surge, but you can replenish it as long as you're picking up orbs. So if you're generating a ton of orbs with your weapons, then you're in luck, and this build gets even better. It is honestly insane that you can get up to ×5 solar weapon surge with this build, and if you haven't tried this out for yourself, definitely do so. The beauty of Foe Tracer is that you can use it on any subclass that you want. You could bring this along Arc, Void, Stasis, Strand, you choose it. I just found that solar is my favorite right now, especially because I can utilize Gunpowder Gamble, which is actually one of my favorite aspects in the game, even though it doesn't see as much uses as I like to do. Now, if you enjoyed this build and try it out for yourself, please let me know what you think of it down below in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, a like and subscription to the channel would be greatly appreciated. And if you want to check out some more of my content, then be sure to go hop on over to my TikTok, where you'll see a lot of my short form content, or head on over to my Kick to catch a live stream or two. We do a lot of fun things over there. Hopefully we see you in chat one day. Appreciate y'all making it to the end of the video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.